If you've been dreaming of catching a trophy catfish but still don't know where to start, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll show and explain in detail how to catch catfish using a clonk from a boat, one of the most exciting and effective methods of hunting river giants. We'll cover everything: choosing the right spot, understanding depth, clonk technique, gear, bait, and even common mistakes that can cost you a bite. You'll see real catfish rises and actual battles on the water. You'll learn how to trigger the catfish's curiosity, make it rise from the depths, and strike your bait. I'll share tips you won't find in manuals. Yes, it's going to be wild. Even if you've never used a clonk before, after this video, you'll be ready. Make sure to watch until the end. There are real catches, useful tricks, surprising tips, and true fishing magic ahead. Let's go! Point 1. A rod for catfish fishing with a clonk from a boat is the key to a successful catch. It must be powerful, yet moderately flexible to absorb the strong pulls of a large fish without breaking during the fight. The optimal length is from 2.1 to 2.7 meters, making it convenient for use from a boat while still being long enough to provide cushioning. Casting weight should range from 200 to 500 grams, as the bait can be heavy and the strike sudden and strong. A medium fast action is best, giving you the sensitivity to feel contact and control the fish. The handle should be non-slip and reinforced, since the battle with a catfish can last a while. Pay close attention to the strength of the guides, and reel seat weak components won't forgive mistakes. Most importantly, the rod should be well balanced with the reel to reduce hand fatigue. This is not just a stick, it's your fishing sword in a duel with a river giant. Point 2. A reel for catfish fishing with a clonk is not just an accessory, it's a true work tool that directly affects your success on the water. The main requirement is reliability. The reel must withstand heavy loads, be durable, have strong cranking power, and no play in the mechanism. It's best to choose a bait casting or heavy-duty spinning reel with a metal body and reinforced spool. The spool should hold from 100 to 150 meters of strong braided line, with a safety margin for fighting trophy fish. A medium or low gear ratio is preferred to ensure solid pulling power. The drag system must work smoothly and precisely. This is critical during the fight. It's a bonus if the reel has an instant spool stop button and a large, comfortable handle. Don't skimp on the reel. Catfish won't forgive weak points, and a single failure can cost you your entire rig. Your reel is your reliable anchor in the battle against a river giant. Point 3. The fishing line for catfish is not just a consumable, but a critical element of your entire setup, especially when targeting trophy-sized fish. Catfish are powerful and stubborn, and any weakness in your rig can result in a lost catch. For clonking from a boat, braided line is the best choice. It has no stretch, transmits the slightest movement, and allows precise reaction to bites. The ideal diameter is between 0.3 and 0.5 millimeters, with a breaking strength from 30 to 80 kilograms, depending on the conditions and the size of the fish you're after. In clear water, it's better to use a low visibility color. Pay close attention to abrasion resistance. Catfish often head straight for snags, and your line must be able to handle that. Don't cut corners on your line during a fight with a catfish. It's pushed to its limit. A strong line is that fine line between a legendary catch and a heartbreaking break-off. Point 4. The leader for catfish fishing is not a minor detail, but a vital part of your rig, especially when targeting large fish. It takes the brunt of the load during a strike and the fight that follows. The leader must be extremely strong, resistant to abrasion, and able to withstand sharp teeth, since catfish often rub against rocks, snags, or swallow the bait deep into their mouth. The best option is a high-quality leader made from Kevlar-coated material, strong nylon, or a flexible steel wire. The length should be between 60 and 90 centimeters, depending on fishing conditions. Diameter and strength must match your main gear, but always allow for extra margin. Always check the reliability of knots and connections, especially where the leader joins the hook and main line. Remember, the leader is often the weakest link, and its quality determines whether you'll see that trophy catfish at the side of your boat or just tell the story of the one that got away. Point 5. The hook for catfish fishing is one of the most critical components of your rig. It's the hook that holds the fish at the moment of the strike, and if it's weak or poorly chosen, the catfish will simply get away. For clonking from a boat, it's best to use strong, forged, single hooks with a wide gap and a sharp point. The size depends on the bait and target fish, but most often anglers use hooks from size 8 to 12 according to international classification. Pay attention to the shape models with a slightly inward bent point are preferred, as they grip more securely in the catfish's mouth. The point should be razor sharp and burr-free. Check it before every trip. The hook must withstand extreme loads without bending or breaking. A strong connection to the leader is also crucial, so use reliable knots or solid split rings. Remember, one quality hook is better than a dozen random ones. It often determines the outcome of the entire catch. Point 6. Choosing the right clonk for catfish fishing is one of the most important steps in preparing for your trip. The clonk creates that distinct sound that triggers catfish to rise from the bottom and strike the bait. A truly effective clonk must be comfortable, well-balanced, and capable of producing a clear, ringing sound with the signature bloop. Clonks vary in heel shape, handle length, and material. Most often, anglers use wooden, metal, or composite models. The typical length ranges from 30 to 45 centimeters. It should feel natural in your hand and not cause fatigue during long sessions. The heel should produce a consistent, recognizable sound at depths of 3 to 10 meters. A good clonk allows you to adjust the strength and rhythm of your strokes to match the fish's behavior. If possible, test the clonk on the water before buying, because even an expensive one might not suit your style. Remember, a proper clonk isn't a toy. It's a serious tool that can define the success of your entire outing. Point 7. Bait for catfish is not just a lure. It's the main factor that determines whether you'll get a bite or not. Catfish are predators, but they're not foolish. They react to smell, movement, and even subtle vibrations. The most universal and effective bait is live bait, preferably roach, crucian carp, or ruff, as catfish readily respond to active, lively prey. Bundles of worms, especially manure worms, also work well, as do pieces of fish, chicken, liver, or frogs. Many anglers use strong-smelling mixes or baits with intense meaty or fishy aromas. The key is that the bait should be fresh, large, and clearly visible against the bottom. It should be hooked in a way that keeps it mobile and prevents it from twisting unnaturally. At night, catfish become more active, so scent and motion are especially important. Don't be afraid to experiment. Sometimes it's the unusual bait that attracts the trophy fish. And remember, the livelier and smellier the bait, the better your chances of getting a solid, aggressive strike. Choosing the right spot for catfish fishing is half the battle. Even the most expensive gear won't help if catfish simply aren't present in the area. Promising locations include deep holes, drop-offs, sharp depth changes, old riverbeds, and snag-filled areas. Catfish prefer cover where they can hide and wait for prey, especially during the day. In the evening and at night, they move closer to the shore, to ledges, submerged vegetation, and stream mouths in search of food. Areas with slow current near-depth transitions, spots below rapids, and undercut banks work especially well. Don't overlook bridge pillars, submerged trees, pilings, or rocky bottoms. Big predators often hold there. In spring, catfish move toward the shallows. In summer, they retreat to deeper waters. And in autumn, they actively feed along drop-offs. Use a fish finder or marker weight to study the bottom structure in detail. Remember, a catfish may stay in one hole for years, but will only become active when the conditions are right. Point 9. Choosing the right time for catfish fishing is one of the key factors for a successful trip. Catfish are nocturnal predators, so the most active bites usually occur in the evening, at night, and during early dawn. That's when they leave their deep holes and begin patrolling shallows, drop-offs, and areas with cover in search of food. In summer, activity increases after sunset, when the water cools and becomes more comfortable. During hot days, catfish tend to stay deep and feed very little, but at night, they may strike aggressively and confidently. In spring, activity picks up as the water warms, often after spawning in May and June. In autumn, especially in September and October, catfish feed actively before winter, and bites can even happen during the day. Overcast skies, light wind, stable pressure, and warm nights create ideal conditions. On the other hand, sudden temperature changes or bright sun often bring the bite to a halt. A true catfish angler always reads the weather, the season, and the behavior of the fish. Point 10. The right equipment for catfish fishing is the key, not only to a successful catch, but also to your safety on the water. Start with a fish finder. It's essential for locating holes, drop-offs, and the catfish themselves. Modern models can show depth, structure, and even fish movement in real time. Always bring a spare rod, because when targeting catfish, you're aiming for big fish, and a broken rod during peak bite time means a missed opportunity. Don't forget to attach a bell or electronic bite alarm to your rod, especially when fishing at night. One sound, and you won't miss that prize strike. A life jacket is a must, even if you're a good swimmer, since a powerful fish can easily rock or tip a boat. Also bring a headlamp or flashlight, gloves, a sturdy landing net, and line cutters. Catfish are serious opponents, and landing one takes not only mental focus, but the right gear, fully prepared for the fight. Clonk fishing for catfish isn't just a method, it's a true art form where every detail and every movement matters. Success depends on precision, silence, the right spot, the perfect bait and gear, and of course, patience. When you feel the catfish rise, hear that confident bite, and see your rod bend, it's a feeling like no other. These are the moments we live for on the water. I hope this video was useful and inspiring, and helped you better understand the subtleties of clonk fishing. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll gladly answer. Subscribe to the channel. There's more practical advice, proven hacks, and real fishing action ahead. Thanks for watching till the end. Your support means everything. See you on the water, and tight lines, friends.